morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Simply Sarah Show. My name is Sarah Tuck, and I will be your host for today. Oh, but don't forget after the show to like, subscribe, and share. Today, our guest will be coming out of Gallatin, Tennessee. Her name is Bettie Britton, and she is a very talented young lady.
Thank you.
She is an author. She is a writer, excuse me. She is a writer, producer, and director of her own plays. And I was introduced to her in 2016, and she had came to my audition because a friend of hers had told me about her. And so this is how we got acquainted, and she was in some of my plays. So without any further introduction, I would like to welcome Miss Bettie Britton to the show. How are you doing today, Miss Bettie?
I'm doing, Miss Sarah. How are you? Thank
I'm
you
doing
for
good.
the opportunity. Thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Right now, I'm going to just kind of open the floor and let you tell us a little bit about you and what you do. I know I said that you was a writer, producer, and director of your own plays, but just in your own words, just tell us, something about you.
Well, I've been in the business, I'll say, since I was a little girl, when there was black and white TV. And you remember that?
I remember.
Okay. Uh, but it's just that I've been in love with TV and acting since I was a little girl. You know, those saying they used to say, Mama would say, don't sit too close to the TV. I was one of those because I was so fascinated of what I was seeing. So when I got the acting bug, when I was in junior high school, but I really never did pursue it. So when I got older and kept saying, I can do this. I can do this. I know I can. And I started working at a major hotel and got in on some of those events and was able to get in on some of their plays. And eventually it just grew from that. From a child to now, I'm still a child at heart when it comes to acting and writing and friends like you who would keep encouraging me to do the things that I do. And I appreciate that, Sarah. I really do, because with people like you uh, backing me on different projects and making sure I've done that and done this and encouraging me to move on, I appreciate people like you who has my back, and I appreciate that. So I started professionally in 1990. Is when I got my first actor's gig. Um, the agency that I was with the Herd Agency in Nashville, Tennessee, and I was with Terrence for many, many years until I started getting the director bug. So I wanted to write and produce besides acting. And my resume grew very strong with Terrence, from gospel videos and country music videos and movies. And even though I'm 4'11" and a little overweight, uh, a little, I got to walk the runway in New York. As a matter of fact, I moved to New York for a little while to pursue other things in New York. So, and I received awards in Miami, Florida for being uh, an actress and also as a plus size model. So I still have it in my blood, even in my blood, even though I'm still a teenager at heart. But people like you who continue to be in my life, that continue to encourage me, you can do this, you can do this, and look at you, you can do this.
Well, I'm glad that I have some encouragement. And, I'm just doing what God wanted me to do. He wanted me to touch other people's lives with my creative work. So through doing that, I know that I have done that because of the different people like you and other people that speaks out and let it be known. And I thank God for that. And I hope I will be able to continue to do that. Um, I was really tickled the day that, you had already been in my play. But one day when I decided to start writing, God had moved me to another level. I'm like, okay, let me see what the front of my cover I want it to be. So I remember sitting the text through and I said, Betty, do you mind if I use you on the front page of my book?
I was
And
happy.
it was not 2 seconds or three. I had the text come back through with no hesitations or nothing. And so you made the front cover
Yay!
of my very first book.
Yes.
Grandma Maddie gets her man.
And that's part of my resume, my acting resume. Thank you so much for that credit. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. And that's another thing that I was trying to get a lot of my cast members to understand. I kept telling them, God's moving me at a fast pace. And if y'all just hang in here with me, I'm going to be able to take y'all to different levels as He takes me to those different levels.
That's right.
And, it's like some of them I could reach, but some of them I wasn't able to reach like I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And, even from being in my play to being in my book to being on the front cover of my book to now that I'm doing shows to being on my shows, these was the steps that I was trying to tell them about that they couldn't see then, but I'm sure a lot of them are seeing it now. And so I appreciate you letting me carry you beyond that level because you're more advanced than I am. You've already been in this and you've got your own company going and you're, you know, being being under me, it feels like I should be up under you because you're a writer, of plays and producer and everything yourself. And so I was always worried about, okay, now, am I doing this good enough? Because look, I'm working with, the same quality, that I'm trying to do. And, I appreciate it if you had to critique me and still do at times and it don't hurt my feelings. I might not always like it. And I'm like, but I want to do it this way. But then I have to realize you're seeing something that I don't see. And so I take the bitter with the sweet. But sometimes if it's something that I really have to show you, and once I show you, you said, okay, I see what you're doing now. So it might feel like you're battling back and forth, but you have to let sometime people know where God is leading you with this, as well as what they know and the knowledge that they bring into the table. You also have to let them know where God is bringing you from and what
Right.
He has in mind for you to do as well.
Right.
So I thank you for all the encouragement that you have given me and for hanging in there with me through all, that you've been through because I know you've went through some things here in the last couple of years and it's been hard for you. So when you was there for me, I do appreciate it. And I know we talked about, moving further and doing some more plays later on, and I'm still, looking forward to that opportunity because people's been asking me, when are we going to hear from Grandma Maddie again? So, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. I have an idea for that. We'll get together on it. Can't tell it, and stuff. So, yeah, because currently I'm working on my premises for three movies scripts that I'm writing on. One was for Ice T and for Mike Epps. And I'm still trying to get that where I know with COVID going on right now, maybe it's a good time to kind of pitch the idea because everybody's at home, right?
Right, right, right.
Then I've got a couple of ideas that I like to do. Um, and I've been investing in a lot of camera equipment, believe me, stuff that I never dreamed that I would have in my life, and stuff. So, um, it takes a while to accumulate all this equipment and doing all of the reading. You know, you can learn a lot on a lot of these websites if you take the time to read. And that's another thing. You're a writer. You know, people would take the time and read because they want to know, how does this end? How does this begin? You know, what's the plot? You know, those different things. So, with my 30 years of being in um, the industry has changed a lot. Look at you and I. We're zooming. So, you know, technology, you gotta learn technology quicker than it can come out. So, so with all of the new uh, equipment that I have accumulated and just purchased again, um, I'm learning to use everything. So when I assign someone to that camera or to that boom mic or, you know, to the Apple boxes or wherever the case may be, then I feel like that I've got everything in order. In order for you to shoot a movie, of course you got to have a script. But in order for you to do the script, just like a play, you got to have the plot, you know. And you got a lot of good plots going on there, sister. That computer love,
Well, thank
hey,
you.
that computer love, okay, yeah, yeah. And see, that's what I'm saying. Technology, you know, uh, is scary in some places, um, and then in some places it's wonderful. And after reading that book, and I met somebody a couple of weeks ago that went through that computer love stuff. It was scary for her, and I could read between some of your lines in your book about, should I take this chance? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
On this type of love, is it safe? You know, those different types of things. So when people read books or your type of books, you're gonna like, but what happened to so and so? What did you read between the lines back in chapter two? You know, those type of things. So yeah, and I look forward to that being a movie or a play pretty soon. Computer
Yes.
love. Yeah,
Well, it's
yeah.
funny that you brought that up because I was talking to a film producer last year, and he actually wants to sit down with me sometime this year and do a movie. And that was one of them that he wants to do on Computer Love. He said he thought that that would be a good, you know, movie, as well as Grandma Maddie Gets Her a Man. So, you know, I don't know when that's going to happen. I just have to wait and see how God moves us. But
Mhm.
uh, I think it would be a good movie as well. And I also am glad that you had the opportunity to not only read it but edit my book for me. That's another thing that, you know, I enjoy about our relationship as being friends, because not only have you came in and did plays with me, have done plays with me, you also was able to help me out with my covers. Not only that, you were able to help me edit my book, and not only my books, a lot of work I run through you because you are my
Personal consultant.
okay. So, and I'm glad to have you as my
I'm your
personal consultant.
Nah, I'm your sister. I'm your friend. I got your back like you got mine, and that's what we are. We just sisters. No title.
Well, and I appreciate that because, you know, I mean, it's hard to find somebody that's always got your back, and it's good that we can let other people know, even though we're both striving for the same thing,
Mm,
we don't let jealousy get in between us. Well, she's doing better than me, and you know, we don't let that even come pop up in the mind. If you need something, I'm there for you. If I need something, you here for me. And that's the way it should be, and that's the way we are going to be able to lift each other up, is by supporting each
mhm,
other, helping each other when we can. And
mhm.
you know, just with knowledge, just, you know, if it's something that you see that somebody needs to know and you know it, why not just let them know, just give them a
Let them know.
hand. They're
Yeah,
struggling,
right.
with it. And, you would be surprised how blessed you will be in the long run by
Mm-hmm.
doing that. And
Mm-hmm.
so, I thank God for that. But I wanted to say, not only was you on the cover of one of my books, but you was on the cover of two of my books. The other one was Grandma Maddie Goes to Church, and
Yeah,
she was actually with her pastor, and he was able to fill in for us.
yeah.
And his name is
Mark Capers, Mark A. Capers.
Mark A. Capers. And so we
Hmm.
were glad to have him join us, and filling in and helping us
He's
out also with the picture.
yeah, he's very proud of that book.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was.
yeah.
I actually had the opportunity to attend church that day
Hmm.
and be able to present the book to him. And, of course, they were later running around there. Can we have your autograph and everything? And he was so excited. He's like, Look, y'all, I'm on a book." He was holding the book up. He was so excited. But
Yeah,
in seeing that again, I know that God has me in the right place, because I'm able to bring joy to other people's lives, and being able to see the laughter in their face and the smiles and the joy. It's just such a wonderful feeling. Even like I said, when I asked you, it's just like I'm seeing all this joy and happiness, and to know that I'm help bringing it through what God has asked me to do. It has just been such an honor and a blessing to me in my life. And I'm going to hopefully keep on doing as much and more as I can when I can.
yeah. Hey, it's gonna work out. We're gonna have to call Tyler and say, "Hey, we need to rent one of your buildings so we can see this."
Yeah, I would like to see that
We're
day.
gonna call Tyler. Uh, uh, he was being interviewed, and I seen a clip of a commercial, and she said, "And you built all of this?" And I said, we can rent a building down there."
I've already been thinking about it. I've had a lot of people say, "Well, when you get ready to take that bus, I want to be on it if you go down there for a tour or something." So, we never know what comes in the future, and we
Right.
just have to kind of wait and see, and just see what God has in store for us. Um, is there anything else you would like to share with us?
Well, I just want to say I thank you so much for this opportunity. This is amazing to see that you're doing this type of work and bringing in those who need this type of recognition. So I really appreciate everything that you've done for me, and I hope that we can continue the partnership and the sisterhood that we have to continue to build and to continue to walk God's path. So I just want to say thank you. And I thank all of Sarah's followers. You keep following her. Because if you don't, I'm going to be back on here and I'm going to say, I told y'all to follow her. Grandma Maddie speaking, okay?
Well, I thank you for that, and I hope that people will follow me and follow all of us.
Hmm.
But with that being said, I appreciate you coming on the show today with us,
Thank you.
Betty. And so maybe sometime in the near future, we can be able to have an appearance of Grandma Maddie on with us, and we'll do a little something with Grandma Maddie.
Yeah. I
but
apologize.
But we appreciate each and everyone watching the show, and we hope that you come back next week. We'll have
Hmm.
another exciting show for you then. And, like I said, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe afterwards. And also, please feel free to leave a comment at excuse me, at Tux Productions at yahoo.com, and I will be more than glad to get back with you. And also, if you would love to come on the show, or if you know of anyone else that would love to come on the show, please contact me at Tux Production, and I will also get back with you on that. So, without anything else to say, we're going to say bye bye.
Bye.
And till we meet again, Sincerely, Sarah Tuck.
Somebody needs to know that in the midst of your adversities, in the midst of your circumstances, that God is there in the midst. He'll never leave you or forsake you. I see my brothers hurting, I see my sisters crying. Things ain't working out, but Lord knows I'm trying. So many disappointments, so many hearts are broken. Lord, I need some answers, I need some doors to open. See, my money's low, and my bills are high. I've been going through, sometimes I just wanna cry. Nobody's reaching out, nobody's hearing me. It seems like nobody cares about what it's dear to me. Oh, tell somebody you love you, grab somebody and hug her. Tell somebody you care, tell somebody, let them know you're there. Oh, God knows your struggle, God knows He's there in your trouble. He'll never leave or forsake you. You serve a God who loves you. Tell somebody you love them, grab somebody and hug her. Tell somebody you care, let them know you're there. God knows your struggle, He's there in your trouble. He'll never leave or forsake you. You serve a God who loves you. I'm trying to keep a smile in the midst of trouble. Why is life so tough, man? Why do I have to struggle? If you're a Christian, tell me, are you listening? What are you doing to show it? Hey, does anyone know it? Will you help me out? Will you lend a hand? Will you hear me out? Or can you just understand? You see, I'm tired of fighting, like my mind is rattled. Lord, I give it to you, because this ain't my battle. Tell somebody you love them, grab somebody and hug them. Tell somebody you care, let them know you're there. God knows your struggle, He's there in your trouble. He'll never leave or forsake you. You serve a God who loves you. Tell somebody you love them, grab somebody and hug them. Tell somebody you care, let them know you're there. God knows your struggle, He's there in your trouble. He'll never leave or forsake you. You serve a God who loves you. I feel like I'm out here lost. Can only imagine what you were feeling on the cross. Can only imagine all the pain that you felt when you were giving this love and we were giving you death. And I can see the teardrops falling like raindrops, and they can't stop for this ill spot. Heaven is the main spot. You show me love, and that's why I trust ya. You paved the way, and I just wanna touch ya. I feel like I'm falling too fast. I can't see the